Print screen, print screen.
Now, I don't know if this is coming out the right way round for you.
It is.
Yeah, it
It's
is
not for
actually.
me.
Yeah,
It is.
Yes.
Wonderful. For the viewers at home, I made the flags.
Ooh.
That was the first
Yeah,
flag.
because you said flags plural, so yeah.
Other flags may appear later in the episode.
So, new week. Is it the last episode of this season, or is it the first?
No, this is the first of the next.
Yeah,
First one of season 11.
that's why I felt so refreshing. Then I logged on tonight.
It's like a great weight lifted from your shoulders. The albatross of season 10 is gone. To be replaced with the chaffinch.
I was going to say the dodo of season 11.
Hey, our numbers are on the up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not dead yet.
Okay, then we established the title for this week's episode. So yeah, let's not fall into the pit of death again. Keep it positive.
Should we do a proper intro this time, or?
No, let's do it in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, we just passed the 5-minute mark. I mean, it feels a bit too early.
If you say so.
I mean, if our listeners can maths, so I mean, it's the first episode of the 11th season. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, our listeners are
welcome.
smart people.
Yeah. Smarter than us, I think, but that's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I tried to do some maths earlier in the week and it went horribly wrong.
Do you feel that your brain capacity has gone down since you became a host instead of a listener, Phil?
No, my maths has always been terrible.
Okay.
But yeah, I was being extra careful and I was making absolutely sure that what I was doing was right. But the thing that I'm making, which is a secret project for Christmas, not that one, but a different one.
A different secret project.
A different Christmas is the next Christmas.
Oh, by the speed I get things done, it might as well be next Christmas. Yeah. But I had to make a thing, and it needs to be a very, very specific size. And so I got the calipers out, and I made all these measurements. And then because this is going into a laser cutter, it's got to be laid out in Illustrator and then turned into G-code. And so I thought I had all my things measured perfectly, but I need 15 of these things, and 15 of these things fit in a specific space. So I drew those shapes in Illustrator.
Oh, it's
and
a
I'm
puzzle.
doing maybe. It's full of the surprise. And I laid them all out at the precise distance apart from each one, and it overshot by about 1 centimeter. So, these tiny mismeasurements have compounded to make this huge wrong at the other end. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one. Literally.
Yeah, I find myself often, I'm really good at rounding down or rounding to the nearest. So if it is 14.5, I think 8's 15. Which is a very dumb way to think about numbers at times.
It's close enough.
Close enough is good enough until it's not.
Yeah.
Until you have a compounding error of 0.5 meter somewhere.
We had a student once which came to my office saying that her computer was running really, really slow. And she was working on this Photoshop project. And she'd managed to confuse centimeters with meters. And so this Photoshop document she was working on was 15 meters square. It's like, Yes, that's going to slow the machine down.
That is a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah, a CD cover, you say? No.
No.
This is the size of a shop that you might sell CDs from.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honest mistake. I've done that myself. I don't like to reduce size of any pictures, so yeah, easily have PSD files at around a gig. Works fine, and then of course I left the Adobe universe, and now I'm using Photop, which is an exact copy of Photoshop, but it is web based. So I didn't think much of it, and then I'm going to open some old files and edit them, and then yeah, the entire neighborhood went down. I mean, so yeah, I had to start reducing my files and don't have all these open masking layers. Those actually rack up quite a few data. Don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, all those magical things in the background that just takes up space, even though they don't really exist. That's it's always puzzled me when it comes to computer stuff. AutoCAD has real problems with that, but let's not go into work.
But that's the thing, though. I'm already there. I need a new external hard drive again, and then we're back to. Doesn't feel like it's many episodes since we discussed this, but yeah, they're still expensive and they're not that huge that I want them to. So I'm again thinking about downsizing, and then of course I went on to clean up my Google Drive, and I cleaned it up square and good, and like, well, it's still something is taking up. All right, I need to empty the bin, so I did that. Yeah, that helped a bit, but still there is something. I can't understand what takes so much space. I basically just got some documents and the copy and the shared folder for the podcast, and surely that's just some audio files and some clips. Nope, that's 100 gigs. So, like, what? God, I mean, I don't know what takes so much space. I did double check it. I might just download the MP3 files and ditch the working files. I don't think I'll go back and re-edit episode 97. So,
Are you sure about that?
Well, no, I get it. I mean, I've got several drives. There's a 8 terabyte one spinning away on the shelf right now, which is getting close to being full. And I've got all my sort of backup files from Final Cut projects going back, but 9 years, because I got the notification today that I first uploaded a video to YouTube 9 years ago today. So do I need to keep all this footage? I probably don't, do I? But I can't bring myself to delete it at the same time, just in case I want some terrible, grainy, out of focus footage from 9 years ago. It's the hoarder mentality, isn't it? This might come in useful one day.
And it's not that much in the way either. I mean, you're not tripping over it. It's just an extra drive. That is kind of.
I mean, up until a few years ago, hoarding data was trivial, so you did not have to think about it. But I mean, after I started just editing video in 4K, it is tremendously larger files, and of course, the price of storage has just gone up through the roof. And someone asked, why is it capped? Because if you're buying an external hard drive, it's hard finding someone over 8. You can find them, but usually it's a combination where you have a NAS or something with several drives in it. But for the consumer market, someone just seems to have like, yeah, we had a doubling in size every couple of years on hard drives, but yeah, let's cap it at 8 terabytes, and that's what people need. No, people need to storage. So I'm thinking about making a T-shirt like with a fist and storage to the people or something along those lines.
We demand more space.
Less people, more data. I see a lot of good slogans coming along here.
Bigger drives for everyone. When do we want it? Before we run out of space on the other one, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just have to build your own little tower of drives instead.
That's what I'm doing now, though. I have my drive now has all my files on it, and then I have the two older hard drives, which is a bit smaller. One is a backup of all the documents and whatnot, and the other one just have the video files for YouTube. So, but when I'm upgrading now, I'd like to get a new one, and then I downgrade the one I have, so I then split the backup of the working drive onto the three now older drives. I mean, it's compounding in the wrong way, and yeah, the more backup drives you have, the bigger the risk of one of them failing miserably, so or spectacularly.
I keep thinking about building a NAS, but then that's just too much like work.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like work.
It's
Yeah.
I wanted a NAS, and then no, I don't want one. I don't need it online because I'm doing the offline approach. So I just connect the external backup drive when I need it. So I just need a RAID cabinet with 2 or 4 drives in it. And of course, I want those fancy one with the base where you can just pull one drive out and hot swap it with another. So that is cool because I need that, obviously. But I mean, even the 2-bay one with 2 drives, it's easily £1,000
Yeah.
just for the setup. And like, I can get a lot of tools for £1,000. So it's like, should I get a lathe or just some more hard drives to store the shit that I already have stored? So it's a hard sell.
It is. And then there's the whole question of, do you go to SSDs or NVMEs, or do you stick with spinning disks? Because NVMEs, great, fantastic, fast, really quick, and these days pretty cheap if you're on as a terabyte or 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
But I have no idea about their sort of long-term storage capabilities.
Yeah.
I am still a spinning disk kind of guy, just because of the price range, and they are reliable enough for my use and speed. I have everything on my desktop that I'm working on where speed is an issue, but once a video is edited or a project or whatnot, then it just goes to deep storage, and then if it takes 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I really don't care because I can watch YouTube videos while it transfers files. So
Set it up, walk away.
yeah, because that I must admit, transfer files back and forth or basically computer stuff has become more reliant. I remember if you like in the Windows 95 98 days, you could back up some gigs of data and you could like, set it up and go away, but it was a 50-50 when you came back if there was a fatal error that it failed during the process, and then you have to start all over again.
Yeah, but in later days, I've noticed that both my work computer and my personal computer has been really picky with USB drives. It's about, something is wrong, let me fix it. Okay, fix it then. Nothing was wrong. Okay.
Yeah, that's a classic one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I try to copy files, but no, I can't copy this. This is something bad. Something is wrong with this one. I can't do this, can't do this. Okay, what? I don't know. Then you try it again. But you actually click that unmount button, and then everything is fine. But it says, I don't know. It feels like it just wants attention.
I have a funny folder somewhere where I've always liked folders and subfolders and whatnot, and every time you have a subfolder, that adds to the file path of that file in the final drive. And the maximum length of that file path, at least it used to be, 256 characters. And for some reason, they did something so that I were able to have a file path, but when I try to copy that folder over to a new hard drive, it just gives you, well, the file path is too long. So then I have to go in and change the name, shorten it down, and try to transfer it again. But even though if I did that, every time I take a new backup of my hard drive that contains some old work files, I always get that message. So it doesn't seem like it picks up all of them. It just picks some randomly long ones, and I need to correct them. And then okay, I'll transfer all the files for you. And then next time I do that operation, here are two more. Go figure.
I've got a
Oh,
fix for that
yeah.
actually. Get a Mac.
Yeah, most expensive hack ever. Yeah.
No such problem. Or any Unix-based operating system doesn't have these weird.
Yeah.
And you can put ampersands in file names as well.
Ample what?
Fancy.
Yeah. Very fancy. Yeah. Is it ampersands or plus symbols? I can't remember which one it is. But Windows doesn't like one of them. Or both of them.
No.
There's a lot of
And you-
symbols I don't like.
Yeah. And you can't have a file name longer than 28 characters, is it?
I haven't
Or
run
something
into
like
that at least.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, but you just don't use so many subfolders.
But it took me a lot of years to come over the fright of not only having file names longer than 8 characters,
Yeah.
but also have spaces in between, not using an underscore or whatnot. That is still, it feels wrong to me calling a file something space something. I still use an underscore or a dash. But yeah, I've gotten past the 8 characters limitation, luckily. So
I don't trust this modern witchcraft. 8 characters, underscores.
yeah, 8 characters
That's what I
underscores,
need.
unless it comes to video project, because then it's like name underscore draft underscore final one final town. This is the final one.
Final.
Yeah, final.
Final. 111111111 X.
2. Speaking of video files, you uploaded a video file, Phil, of your watch strap.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yes, I completely forgot about that.
with audio and everything.
Yes.
With audio and everything, yes. I went back and I picked out. In total, I had about an hour's worth of footage, which I managed to extract about 5 minutes worth of vaguely, hopefully, interesting stuff. And a bit of voiceover. And slap it out with some clickbaity title.
Yeah, very much
Yep.
so. How much of that footage was just off the back of your hand?
A lot.
But I mean, it was a really nice looking watch strap, I must say. You gave it a lot more love than I would have done, I think.
Well, I like the old one, and you might still be able to get those ones somewhere. I can't even remember where I got that one originally from, but I like that style. I thought this doesn't seem overly complicated. Even an idiot like me surely could do this,
And you could.
and I think I got a fairly close approximation to the original one. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for me.
For another 15 years.
Exactly, I'm happy with it, and yeah, I'm not selling them. So, yeah, if it's good enough for me, that's fine.
It's good to have such understanding customer.
They don't mind if it's a little bit shabby.
It goes with the wearer.
Exactly. It goes with the style, and I like the price as well.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. So what about you, Hor?
Yeah.
Have you done anything that you remember, or is it just a blur?
I've done a lot. but I haven't filmed anything. I built some prop hangers wall thing for the Skaperfestivalen, which is the coming weekend. I mean,
This is now when
yeah,
this
it's
episode
yeah.
airs.
If you're listening to this, I'm standing in a crowded place with sweaty palms, wishing I was anywhere else.
So go give Haavard a hug if you're in Norway,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
if you're in Oslo. I mean,
yeah, and bring a beer.
Just ignore the sweaty palms.
Yeah.
It's just excited to see you.
No, I think it's going to be great. I also got an email with some details for all the people who are going to have a stand. And it turns out you're not allowed to do rigging on Friday. You're only allowed to drop shit off. And then you have to turn up at 8 o'clock on Saturday, and it opens at 10. No, it opens at 11. So you have 3 desperate hours from 8 o'clock to 11 to get everything set up. But I'm not stressing about that. Everything is modular and easily assemblable. The only thing is I'm planning on hooking the trailer to the car, but it's going to be pissing down. And I don't got the tarp that's big enough to cover, because some of the items are larger than the edge of the trailer. So I might have to go and rent like one of those closed trailers for a couple of hours just to get it there without raining away. But other than that, it's going to be nice. But yeah, I haven't done much. I realized that the Hellcorder is not going to be ready, so that's going to be a show and tell, in a project in process. That's what I'm going to call that, the installation. So I'm going to prop it up and open it up, so it's obvious that nobody is going to play that weekend. So,
but then they can see how it works, or I mean the principles behind the function at least. So that's good of you to show the audience what it looks like inside.
Exactly. And of course, I always wanted that flight case drawer table conversion thing that I bought. And of course, going to Skaperfestivalen was my excuse of actually buying it. So I'm filling that up with electrical components, coffee, beer, hot glue gun, soldering iron, whatnot. I'm bringing enough shit that I can actually spend the time there getting actual things done, and then I can talk to people while I'm doing it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, I think. But yeah, the next video I'm working on is the bellows video, but it's gonna be a couple of weeks after Skaperfestivalen, I think. So yeah. And then there's the secret Christmas project, which I haven't even started. I know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a November project. So we'll see. Not stressed at all. Not not stressed. Not stressed.
A November project. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it was supposed to be posted on the 1st of November.
Posted? No. I'll have to talk to the committee. There's been some change in plans. Sudden.
Summon the elders on this one.
Yeah. Do I have some old stuff I can repackage? Ta-da! And here's where the old grainy footage comes to play. I actually filmed myself doing that. Just have to put Christmas music to it, and ta-da! There it is. Just disregard the shorts and the palm trees in the background.
It's just a Florida Christmas.
Yeah.
What a lovely chopping board, but you left the sticker price on.
Yeah, I was pleased with that. That was the detail I was most pleased with, because I just got the lasers and I'm making my old professional price tags.
And I've perfected the IKEA logo as well.
Yeah. You know what they say?
Shipped in a blue bag.
It's the thought that counts.
And I thought about it and then I didn't buy you anything.
bag up some stickers, and yeah. Hopefully, I've have some old podcast stickers. I'm gonna give those away because those are not relevant anymore. I did think about making some new stickers. That's not gonna happen, and having those delivered in 2 days is not gonna happen. So, not stressing about that. So, how
Just
about you?
print out some posters about for the podcast. If anyone needs a podcast at Skaperfestivalen, and a quick QR code.
That I can do actually. I can get the company printer all hot and bothered and print out some QR codes, and yeah, that's
And some posters
then
and put them
then
up
I have
all
to go
around
to the office, and don't want to go to the office. Although I need to go to the office tomorrow, but
yeah. Then you have something good to do there as well.
yeah,
A good reason to go.
I need that because I'm just going to the office to be the bearer of bad news, and then I'm going back home again. So yeah, maybe there we are. So how about you then, KJ? I've seen some making. Question is it going to be a video about it, or was it a quick and dirty one?
Oh yes, I saw the pergola now has illumination.
Yes, yeah, that was not filmed in any way other than what you have seen. Yeah, because we realized that we're getting into the dark time of the year, so it's best to get it done while you still have light to actually see and do it. And this pergola project has been going on for a couple of years now in the planning, because I redid the pathway, like, was that last year? And the year before that, I did some grounds work where I laid down some cable ducts as well, so I can have power to the parking when we eventually get an electric car. But that is kind of, you have to do a lot of work to get that power cable all the way. You have to drill a hole in the house and clean out the storage space in the boiler room to get all the way. And I mean, that would take days of actual work, which means it would take months to actually get it done. So instead, I just took a steel wire and hooked it up between the house and the pergola and made it an airline instead, so to say, or whatever it's called. So I striped a cable to that.
You have two steel wires then, 220 volts.
Yes, ungrounded. That's
not touch both of them. Then you should be fine.
Yeah, no, I actually did used a cable with two phases in it, so I can get one for the lighting and one for an outlet as well, separately. So,
yeah.
And then I got some lights, which were, I mean, they were really cheap, so I shouldn't be surprised when they're not that good, because they didn't really leave ample space for the actual cable coming out, because it was like a hole for the cable going down, which should go down in an outside light. But the light itself, if you use a proper cable, that's like maybe close to a centimeter thick, then the entire light stands proud, if you want to say it. It leans backwards because the cable is too big for the lamp to actually sit flat to the wall.
Oh yeah.
And it's so far that the screws that came with the light couldn't reach it. So I had to use my own screws to actually make it go together, because a normal cable was too big for it. So I don't know what kind of cable they intended to use for that.
Probably something very, very thin and light.
yeah, probably. I may have done it a bit overkill, but hey ho, at least it works. So, yeah.
No, continue.
I especially ordered the black cable and black, what's it called, cable. You know, the ones that you screw the cable to the wood with. clips or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would actually look good with a pergola, because a white cable would not look at that good, I think. So I felt kind of professional doing it as well.
Yeah. That's nice. I have compensated by doing some lighting work, not as professional. Um, a couple of years ago, I fitted. I think was it 2,000 or 20,000 lumens. Yeah, it was a sun basically, which I mounted on the corner of our house, high up, so that whenever you move in the driveway, it turns on, and it works beautifully. You come home late at night and it suddenly becomes daylight. I haven't talked to the neighbors what they think yet, but I mean most of them are asleep, I guess, by the time it's dark anyway. So, um, but one day I came home and the light was flickering on and off, on and off, on and off. So it's something about the sensor. So I went up to the attic because I did not do a more permanent job that it is. Basically, the cord is in a power outlet that I have up in the loft. So I just disconnected it, and I thought I'll deal with that later, because this was last year and it was like at the end of the season. So yeah, I'm gonna find a ladder and do that in the summertime when it's cozy and nice and not raining and cold and dark. And here we are. And I thought, God damn, I need to fix that. And I actually have a spare because I bought two. And then I realized I gave away that ladder that was long enough for me to reach it. Because I got a newer, lighter one in aluminium, which is like the telescopic kind, but it doesn't reach far enough. And the one that I had was a 6 meter monstrosity in steel tubing, so I almost could not carry it myself. But yeah, you could reach anywhere on the house with it. But I fitted that lamp and gave it away. So here we are. I can't reach to fit that light. So
I was going to say at 20,000 lumens or whatever it is, you don't live by the sea or anything like that. You're not going to be confused for a lighthouse.
yeah,
Well, he always wanted to live in a lighthouse, so this was the closest he could come.
yeah. No, I think it was two or 3,000 lumens or something, or was it 10? I mean, it was a serious number. It really makes mincemeat of the night. But but I did actually Google this, because it's the British guy who at some point had a YouTube channel where he did a lot of crazy electrical stuff to his house. And one of the videos
Oh
I just
yeah.
stumbled over, it was a 20,000 watt light bulb. So it was the light bulb from a lighthouse, actually. That's where they use them. Uh, and he got some serious power going into his house. But yeah, it turned that on, and it made his entire neighborhood turn into daylight. And like, I just wanted that lamp just to put it on the wall. But then I checked what they actually cost, and like, nope, I'm not spending that on a light bulb.
Yeah, I know the channel.
Incandescent
he has
something. He had something.
yeah, he has some very suspiciously professional looking stuff
Yeah.
just in his front room, doesn't he?
Yes.
Where do you even get something like that?
I think he is in the profession of.
I think he must be.
Yeah.
But it's not like bringing a packet of post-it notes home, is it?
Well,
No.
you would be surprised at what they throw away, and if you just can be creative with the paperwork of disposing of it, then you can get mostly anything, I feel.
Yes, no, this definitely got sent away to the WEEE disposal site. Yep.
Yeah. Well, what fascinated me, he's a proper British bloke. So it's wall to wall carpets in every room, and then you have these huge industrial power transformers and whatnot, and he like Yeah, let's see if we can melt a Allen wrench. Just put some wires to it and loop something around and hook it up, and like, yeah, and then
Oh
it
yeah, the
just
melting spanners.
yeah, melted into the carpet, and oh well, and then just stomps on it, and then
I love the commentary on that video. It's like, yeah, we've had a few beers. I think we're just gonna melt some stuff. 50,000 volts. Go on, crank up that transformer.
yeah. And the other one was I think it did this outside though. Let's try and break this 1,000 amp fuse. And it was as heavy, it could almost not, I mean, it was just like a steel bar encased in some ceramics, and he could almost not lift it. And then, yeah, dragged it outside and hooked it up. And yeah, I'm not sure if it was in that video. I'm not sure if it was 400 volt or 690 he got into his house or something like that, because yeah, even on 3-phase normal power, it wasn't enough to to play around with for his project. So I was kind of,
His electric bill must be huge.
but again, I'm thinking, I mean, it looks like he is living in like I don't know what they call it in English, like when it's a row of houses that shares walls, like, yeah,
Like a terrace.
yeah. And he
Yeah.
lived in one of those, and of course the power company, they know this equipment. So when you call them and say, I would like to install power lines, okay, yeah, we can do that, and I want 690 volts 3-phase. Okay. Like, how many are living here? Oh, it's just me. Oh, it's a terrace apartment. Yep. What? Oh, nothing. Just all right. We'll come and hook it up.
I see that the customer is always right.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Should just answer like nonchalantly. Yeah, the wife got a new Hoover, and it's proper powerful. So yeah.
I mean, this may be apocryphal or spurious, but a few years ago, allegedly, someone had been fudging their electric meter for decades and decades because what they'd done is that they had this tree, and there was like the main power line that went behind this tree. And what they'd done is they'd just thrown a couple of chains
Yeah.
over the main power lines and were powering their house this way. And he got away with it for decades, but apparently the only way they found out was because the tree fell down in a storm.
Ah.
And some engineer was going past and going, "What's that hanging off this pylon?"
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, because they in Norway, at least parts of Norway, it was the culture of making moonshine. And one of the ways you got caught is that the electric company just saw a spike in your power usage, and then the authorities came by and checked it out, and they found you had a still running continuously in your basement. So what people did then, of course, you have the main fuse box, and then you have your distribution fuse box after that. So a lot of people, they just hooked a couple of cables on the outside of the main fuse box, because that was also outside of the meter. And of course, you have, I think we lived in a neighborhood of like 20, 30 houses, which shares one, is it substation it's called? Is that the
Yeah.
right thing? Yeah. And of course, it turns out that the power companies, they have a meter in that substation, but there's a huge buffer in between, like, and before everything got digital, they did not read every house is connected to that one and see that there is no loss there, and they also have a buffer for a certain amount of loss, so you could do a lot and get away with it. I think it's harder today,
Yeah.
at least with the digital meters, because they do not only read the usage, but they can actually see when the usage is spiking as well, so they can start just by looking at the graphs figure out, all right, this is a bit fishy. um, but yeah, throwing a couple of cables over the power lines, that was done. And also, we were lucky enough that the cable company, they put down cable next to our house, so over our lot or whatever. And before the signals were digital, and of course, my dad being a radio engineer, after they put the cable down, he went out and he just dug it up again. And then he just twisted a wire around that and put that into the house. And then you just needed a signal amplifier. So then you could boost that signal, and then you could put that into your own television. So then you can get free cable. And that worked for a couple of years until they came with digital signals and decoders. Then you couldn't do that. So then fuck it. Not buying that. So. It was only crap anyways. So, yeah.
You and all your digital encoders spoiling my fun.
What have digital ever done for us? Yeah.
The channel we were talking about was Photonic Induction. Is what it's called. It's a really, it's not a good name for a channel because it's really hard to. I had to look it up, and hasn't posted in 4 years. So. Hopefully he didn't electrocute himself.
That's the thing though, because he was very active, and then he went away for 1 to 2 years, and then he posted a video, and then he said something like, yeah, he had to stop posting because his wife had lost her work visa, or it was something like that. So he needed her to get to apply for a citizenship. You need to have a certain amount of money in the bank or something as a guarantee that this is just not a scam. So he said that he had to work extra hours at his job for 1 to 2 years just to make up enough buffer to have for the application process. And then he just did 2 videos and then just completely disappeared. So I'm not sure what happened there. So,
I don't know. Maybe he lost his passion for it.
Yeah.
Or who knows? Yeah, that is a thing over here, because we interviewed people for jobs at my place, and the international people. You need to come if you want to stay in Britain. You need to have a job waiting, which pays, I think it's at least 50,000. It is now. Like, I didn't even earn that.
Where are you going to get your minimum wage people from then?
Yeah.
Well, that's a different subject for a very different podcast, I feel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's head over to the immigration half pint.
Maybe not.
Could this be I don't know if this is going to work, but let's just see, shall we?
Oh! Print screen!
Now, I don't know if this is coming out the right way around for you.
It is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not for
Actually,
me.
yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Wonderful. For the viewers at home, I made the flags.
Ooh.
That was the first flag.
Yeah, because you said flags plural, so...
I can think.
Other flags may appear later in the episode.